Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to what is hopefully another interesting conversation for you today on all things well-being. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I am thrilled to have another conversation about becoming the boss of your brain. And today we're going to talk about the Synchronicity Switch. And once it's turned on, it's on, and the world is you just have the world by the ass. It's the greatest feeling. So there's some things that we have, like some prep work we have to do to kind of get into that place of the flow and having things just flow through you, which means getting rid of the junk. Just like a clogged pipe, a clogged drain, a clogged artery, a clogged anything. You know, we have to get rid of that. And so that means we need to change the quality of our thinking. And so one of the first steps is to sort of shift out of this thinking of appearances and sort of all this external stuff as far as what people think of us and all of that, because we talked about it with the frame thing. Whenever we have our need for approval being out here, when we have a need in general, without it we're uncomfortable, right? So if our needs are out here with other people's approval, that's gonna be exhausting for one, unfulfilling for two. It's immediate dope fix quickly when we get approval, right? But long-lasting wise, it's not worth it. We have to reside in our frame for the synchronicity switch to be turned on. We have to be swimming in our own authenticity, which means that we are not in need of other people's approval. Doesn't mean we don't like it. Doesn't mean it doesn't feel good. Of course it does. I love it when I do a presentation or something and people stay after and share their stories and say nice things. Of course I do. Difference is I don't go looking for it, don't need it. It's just kind of a nice bonus when it happens, I guess is what I'm saying. So we have to shift out of that, because whenever we are caring about what people think, it means what they think of me is more important than what I think of me. And then you're not in your frame, and you're not going to be in a place for synchronicity to happen. Got to reside in the frame. Made a few notes here. Oh yeah, and the people who, if you notice, the people do get tons and tons of approval, just sort of happens because they are in their frame, they are in the flow, and synchronicity is happening for them. They don't care if they're approved of. They're too busy being in the now, and they don't care. They smile and nod and keep rolling. And then it's also important next, after the approval thing, to realize that success is an internal process. So when the synchronicity switch is on, the success is just rolling. And the thing is, we are bringing success into everything we do. It might be washing the dishes, it might be gardening, it might be, our relationships, it might be a chat with a stranger sitting on a bench in the subway, and stuff just rolls out of you and helps that person, or they help you, or you connect on some intellectual level and learn something. Who knows? Okay? But we're bringing success into whatever we do, any small thing that we're doing, because it's an internal process. And oh, what a beautiful butterfly. They're everywhere. I think it's the lilacs. Yeah, anyway, the bird symphony is here too. So success, once we realize it's an internal process, we are also working at being limitless, because then success will chase you. So we've also next have to get rid of that vision that there's some kind of glass ceiling. Whatever it is you're trying to do, if you're trying to start a business, you're trying to become an influencer on YouTube, whatever, it's like, oh, I can only go this far, and success at that level is for other people. Well, if you believe that, that's going to be true. You're going to be bumping your head on this glass ceiling, infinitely forever till you decide to stop that. For me, and I don't mind sharing with you my little trick, with whether it's YouTube or it's doing conferences at different universities, or success at my home base of Champlain, or whatever it is. If I'm kind of feeling that, I'm here, and I don't know, like, that's as far as it's going kind of thing. To be honest, I don't feel that way that much anymore because I work at it so much. But I picture that scene in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory at the end when, Charlie wins it, everlasting gobstopper, the whole story. And then he's with Gene Wilder and they literally blow through the glass. That's what I picture in my head. Don't mind sharing it with you, right? Why I don't mind sharing it with you? Because I'm not in a competition with anybody. Abundance is infinite. There's enough for all of us. So this brings us to the next one after the blown through the glass ceiling thing, is that if you feel like you're taking too much from the universe is going to stop giving it to you. Because the universe responds to every single thing that we put out there, whether it's uh, that we want more of something or less of something. If we put out that we want less of it, less will come. If we want to put out we like this, we want more of it, it will come. So remember the thing with the pizza. If is it, out in reality, if we were rude and there were only so much pizza to go around, and we took a second piece without asking everyone in the room if they had their first piece yet, well, yeah, that's rude. But the universe doesn't work like that. They're infinite pizzas. You can take your second piece, you can take a second pizza. No one cares, and it's very important to bust through that whole thing, because if you feel like a bad person because you have your heart desires, or because you've had so many good things happen to you, and I'm being greedy for asking for even more. No, it's infinite. Infinite. So if you think, oh no, I'm a bad person for wanting to make a lot of money, well, guess what's not going to come to you? A lot of money. Okay? And if it's all the other ways of wealth, with family and lots of friendships and traveling and square footage, if that's your thing, or having a nice smaller home that's just exactly how you want it, or who knows. Obviously physical health, you've got to believe that it's all okay and that you're worthy of it, because if you don't believe you're worthy of it, not going to happen. So limitless people are also, Maslow said this, I think, are independent of the good opinion of others. So this doesn't mean, again, we don't feel good when people say nice things. And notice Maslow said the good opinion of others. He didn't say the bad opinion of others, because that's already assumed. Don't care what you think. Thank you, because if I'm out of my frame temporarily and caring about whatever you say and do, or positive or negative, that means what you think of me is more important than what I think of me. Don't want that stuff. So even if it's compliments, again, it's a bonus. It's nice. We want to graciously accept compliments always. Sit with it. Feel the goodness that's rolling around. This also attracts more compliments. Though guess what? My day's not going to change with or without the compliment. That is the whole thing. It feels great. Again, reside there so you attract more of it. Though it's not a need like we need to breathe oxygen. We're just fine without it. Very, very important. Also, this is, I guess, the fifth one. When we are in the synchronistic place, I mean, stuff just happening. The universe is just bringing stuff to us because we're feeling it authentically, and we're being who we are. We also are less apt to notice other people's snarkiness, or maybe we notice it, but we don't care, and we kind of just sort of get it that whatever their behavior is that's going on is because of the place they are in, and it doesn't have to do with us. It also doesn't mean we give them a pass. If somebody rattles something off that's terrible, or you witness them saying or being unkind to somebody else, it doesn't mean we don't say something like, not cool, what are you doing, or can I offer you help, or, something like that. But we're not taking it personally. Their snark is all about them, and their snark is coming from whatever, headspace that they're in, and we realize that that's also independent of us. This is very important. So this leads us, into the flow, because we've got to get rid of the junk. And it's an ongoing process. We can realize, okay, I'm in the process of getting rid of the junk, the caring about approval, the taking things personally, because, the high majority of what anybody says is about them, even if they're using your name and stuff, it's about them, it's their own filter. So not caring about the approval, not taking things personally, not residing in the past. We talked about that yesterday. When we reside in a place of guilt, we're bringing the past and all the battery acid that goes along with the past and corroding the now. Same thing with the future. When we're residing in these anxious places, we're bringing worries of the future into the now and corroding it like battery acid too. So all of this is the junk. We've got to be clear of the junk and working at it. Doesn't mean you've arrived. It's all about the journey, right? Bringing success into everything we do. Once we are, for the most part, really cleared out of the junk, forgiving ourselves of everything we've ever done, forgiving everybody else for everything they've ever done, and we are this open channel. Think of it as an artery, a healthy artery, if you like, free of junk, free of clogged up cholesterol. Think of a pipe like a plumber, clear of all the junk and hair and disgusting stuff that gets stuck in pipes, clear of that. Then we are so free for the synchronicity switch to be turned on, which means the universe is hearing us like with a megaphone. Okay, I'm ready. Pick me. Pick me to write that children's book I've always wanted to write. Pick me to write the play. Pick me to start the business. I think I used the cupcake business as an example last time. Pick me for that partner who's going to just be amazing, who we can equally share our lives with, equally share our lives. Oh, the garbage person's here, which means it's going to get a little loud and Giovanni might bark. Pick me, pick me, pick me, because here's the thing, the universe is going to ride right by you if you're full of junk and you're not acceptable like a catcher's mitt for all this synchronistic stuff to happen. Then once you are free and the synchronicity switch is turned on, people will just start showing up in your life. They're literally voicing verbally what you're talking about. And my friend Tom actually did his whole dissertation on synchronicity, and I joke because whenever I meet with him in person, sometimes even on the phone, but in person, it is wild, because one synchronistic thing after the next happens before and after I meet with him. It's wild. The last time there was a bumper sticker in front of me on this car, that was exactly what he just said to me. Like, it's like, okay, I guess Tom's coming now. You know, it's just wild. And this starts happening because people start to see that God is inside us. We're part of God. It's not like God's out here or up there. Universe, say universe, source if you want, whatever, you know, or an old man with a beard in the sky or whatever, that we are very much a part of this divine connection. Well, only when we truly get that can our unique personality align with what it is we're meant to do, and we're all, you know, synchronistically in alignment. And I can't even tell you how real this is. It's not like touchy-feely, blah, blah, blah. It's real. Because it's like, for me, it's like a faucet. I couldn't, not that I want to shut it off, but I couldn't if I wanted to. It's just constant. And people, strangers and stuff, those will say things that, like, I just asked about this. Oh my God, you know, and it's wild. So be limitless. Be limitless. No glass ceiling. All the things we just talked about. And the synchronicity switch will stay on. Here's the thing, it does not get shut off once it's shut on. Got to pay attention. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from the beautiful northern Vermont. Have a mindful, very synchronistic day.